Hi, welcome to the Biden side, and this video is going to be about Hillary Clinton. Now, Hillary Clinton, there's some rumors going around from articles and videos I've seen online about her possibly running in 2028. Now, I personally don't think she would win. I mean, I think a lot of people don't think she would win, especially if she's going up against JD Vance, because let's be real, the man's a pit bull when it comes to debating and really kind of interviews, just giving the facts. I would pay good money to see JD Vance and Kamala be in a debate because he, yeah, he just took Tim Walz down. So, anyways, let's talk about the reasons why. It's just a couple, because there's a lot, trust me, why Hillary Clinton shouldn't be president. Because we know, hopefully a couple, liberals or Democrats or people that voted for Harris might run across this and not realize this information. We can only hope that, because if we see how they still can't come to terms of exactly why Kamala lost. They blame it on uneducated white women, which is absolutely ridiculous. They blame it on everybody else. It's sad, but let's not get into that. That's for another video. So let's talk about hilarity. Let's get into it. Now, this is my first video, so full-length video that. Bear with me. I'm not that great. But this is from PBS. Now, PBS had this video back in 2001. They no longer have the video, but they do have the transcript. And I included PBS because, well, I didn't want to try to say anybody, oh, well, that's off of Fox News. No, this is PBS. So, yeah, go blame PBS if you don't like the facts. Billionaire Marc Rich was one of America's most wanted white-collar criminals. The commodities trader fled to Switzerland in 1983, shortly after he was charged with more than 50 counts of involving fraud, racketeering, and tax evasion. The charges could have drawn a prison sentence of more than 300 years. Federal prosecutors said Rich rigged an oil pricing scheme during the 1973 energy crisis and illegally sold to Iran while that country held American hostages. During the final hours of his presidency, President Clinton gave the 65-year-old fugitive a full pardon. Mr. Clinton was asked about the pardon on his first full day as a private citizen. So Bill Clinton said, "You're not saying these people didn't commit the offensive. You're saying they paid in full. I spent a lot of time on that case. I think there are very good reasons for it. And I think I couldn't say them any better than Jack Quinn, Mr. Rich's attorney." The host said Jack Quinn was one of Bill Clinton's White House counsels. Quinn was joined in the last-minute appeal for a pardon for Marc Rich by Rich's former wife, Denise, a political fundraiser who has donated more than $1 million to Democrats since 1993. According to news accounts, she and dozens of influential supporters, including Israel Prime Minister Ehud Barak, wrote to Mr. Clinton urging Rich's pardon. In 1983, the New York City Mayor Rudolph Giuliani was the U.S. attorney who office prosecuted Marc Rich. Now he urged Congress to review the pardon. Rudolph Giuliani said, "Well, I'm shocked that the President of the United States would pardon him. After all, he never paid a price. He got on an airplane, took all his records, and ran off to Zug, Switzerland, where he remained a fugitive and has made untold efforts to try to get the charges reduced, including many, many overturns and entreaties based on the use of influence." Presidential pardon power comes from Article 2, Section 2 of the Constitution, which reads, "He shall have the power to grant reprieves and pardons for the offenses against the United States." Critics of Marc Rich's pardon complain that President Clinton never sought the opinion of the Justice Department, as is customary. And this is what the former federal prosecutor said. "The pardon is not appropriate. The president can pardon anybody he wants to. I recognize that. But what he did, really, he pardoned two individuals who had committed the biggest tax fraud in the history of the United States, who flaunted the system, who became fugitives. It was one of the most publicized cases of all time, who never paid their due. I can think of no legitimate reason. And for Mr. Quinn and I will be responding to his op-ed piece shortly. For Mr. Quinn to suggest this was a civil case and somehow was not a crime. It was a crime in 1982 to fail to pay taxes on $100 million of illegal profits, and it's a crime in 2000 to do it. The case is overwhelming. There were two sets of books. They referred to this pot of money as a pot, and absolutely outrageous. I'm a Democrat. I'm a criminal defense lawyer. It's just outrageous to think that president, without any input from the Justice Department, from the U.S. Attorney's Office in New York, from me, from anybody that had any knowledge of what this case was about and the importance of this case, to have pardoned them. How could you ever prosecute another tax fraud case if you pardon people that renounced their American citizenship, became fugitives, and literally in the most important tax case ever brought? So this is what Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton are okay with, really. Let's be real. They're okay with letting certain people slide and be above the law as long as it's, benefits them or one of their friends, in my opinion. So let's not forget that. It's ridiculous that we have people that forget these things. And was this ever brought up during the 2016 elections? I mean, I didn't pay much attention then, but it just amazes me that they can sit here and say all this stuff about Trump. But we have all this evidence, like all this, and they never say a word about that. It's just amazing. So anyways, this video was a little bit longer than I thought it was going to be. So what I'm going to do is do another video about Hillary Clinton and her other, issues of why she should. And I'm also going to be putting out videos about just the characters of I don't even want to know if I even should call them journalists, but those TV news anchors and all that stuff. Yeah, we're going to talk about them too, and their just hypocrisy and awfulness. So y'all have a great day, and this is a new channel, so please help me out, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll get better with this. Y'all have a great day. Bye.